Hello people, this is Mark from Courage Change Works. Guys, hope that you are well. Communication, isn't that really important in ensuring that what you say is understood, and what you understand is what the sender of that information, the other side of the communication equation, is trying to say. So this is going to go into the Narc series, because we understand, if you've seen some of the videos, and also, listen, if you go watch any other videos on the Narc, you will realize that they are very much, I want to be in control, and they will twist and they will manipulate, they will bully, they will do anything they can to remain in the pole position, so to speak. The difficulties that I found in my own experience when I'm dealing with a Narc is, because they twist their words, because they change the goalposts, because they will use whatever means they possibly can to manipulate you, it is important that we understand how we can deal with the frustration when it comes down to communication with a Narc. And after a little bit of research, I've come up with a particular woman who's obviously got a lot of experience in terms of dealing with a Narc, and I give credit to her information. And if you want to go check it out, it's called the BIFF situation, the BIFF, and it stands for brief, informative, friendly, and firm. So why is that so important? I'm going to contrast that same woman with something called the Jade, which is another a mnemonic for something else, but same woman, but this is dealing with the Narc, but in a different way. That's coming in another video. So let's have a look at BIFF. When you are in a debate with a Narc, you are going to lose because of their skill level in manipulating and twisting and gaslighting and making you wonder what you are even thinking, never mind what you are saying. They're very clever to turn the screw on confusion as far as their agenda is concerned for you. So what BIFF does here is it puts you back in the driving seat as far as maintaining your own sanity in dealing with a Narc in a linguistic manner. Now, she mentions this is not just dealing with the Narc on a verbal basis, but it is also in written communication. It does exactly the same thing. And if we can apply these principles, which I'm going to outline for you, it is a matter of the Narc then has got less chance to take what you say, to manipulate it, to comply with their agenda. It empowers you, it gives you the upper hand to maintain at least some of your dignity as far as dealing with a Narc is concerned. I really wish I knew about this 20 years ago. It would have saved me a ton of headaches, a ton of strife, and a ton of panic. Honestly, it would have done me the world of favors. Right. Let's look at this. BIFF. Brief. As it would say on the tin there, keep it short, keep it concise. Don't say more than what is absolutely necessary. The shorter the answer, the better. The less the Narc, can use against you. I'll give you a classic example. The Narc in my life, hopefully soon not to be in my life, would ask closed questions. In the past, I would answer it as if I was asked an open question, giving way too much information instead of just answering the question. These days, it's a different matter. Even before I knew this has only happened a couple of days or so ago when I learned about these different communication styles with a narc. However, now what happens if I get a closed-ended question? They will get a closed question answer, which is yes, no, don't know, or whatever the case might be. I now keep it to a phrase at best, or at worst, depending on how you want to look at it. A short phrase is the longest I will go. If I can just get with a yes, no answer, that will be even better. And I'm consistently now looking at ways on how to minimize things as far as communication is concerned by keeping things ultra brief. The I stands for being informative. Now, you can be brief and you can be informative. Should you have to give a bit of a long-winded answer, cut out the fluff, condense it as much as you possibly can. If you can get away with it in one paragraph, then do it, but put all the relevant and important information in the shortest possible way and try and limit the volume of words you communicate to the narc. But being informative is really important, so they can't turn around and say, because trust me, they will. You never said this to me. You never updated me regarding this. I never knew about this. Because it implies that if you don't talk to them, you're in the wrong. But if they don't talk to you, that's okay. So you can gain the upper hand here by saying, I gave you all the information you needed. Look, and then you can just list the bullet points of that information that you need to give to the narc. So it's brief and informative. The first F stands for friendly. Now, why do you have to be friendly? The narc will take any opportunity to take the slightest amount of threat, the slightest amount of challenge, and twist it to make you the aggressor here. You might not even have any motive in terms of being aggressive, but the narc will make it so. They will gaslight you in order to try and get you to look bad and use that in a smear campaign later on. Doesn't matter when. Believe me, it comes. So by being friendly, brief and informative, basically you are cutting the weapons out of their armory, what they can use against you. I know it's difficult, and I know it's hard, and I know that it's going to take some challenge to try and work out the best way, but I can tell you now, the rewards will be manifold when you start utilizing this particular system here on communicating with the narc. So it's brief, formative, friendly. The last F stands for being firm. Basically what that means is being assertive. Don't let the narc tell you things that you don't want to hear necessarily. But by being assertive means you are self-confident. You've got something about you that says, enough is enough, I've had it, I am now saying what I want to say in a firm, friendly, informative, yet brief manner. You might be assertive, but be aware. The narc will turn around and say that you've been aggressive, that you've been arrogant, that you've been ignorant. All these things, it is in their mentality that is how it is. Now, I want to point you to the video where I talk about nuance and how important nuance is in our daily communication. It talks about tone of voice, it talks about body language, these little things that the unconscious mind just automatically picks up and interprets as correct most times. And in text, when we write, it's very, very difficult to nuance what we're trying to say linguistically with tone of voice, but in text, it's very hard. I'm not sure how we're going to combat that one. But I suppose when we practice this more and more, like I said, I only got this information only a couple of days or so ago. So my task for myself now is start to practice this a little bit more frequently when dealing with narc. And that's about it. Brief, informative, friendly, and firm. I think it will set you free from this turmoil when you get yourself ensnared in a conversation, linguistically at least, with a narc. And when it comes down to the written form, how they will take anything to twist it. This is just a diamond sharpening stone that I'm hoping will help you sharpen your communication skills, particularly when dealing with a narc. When you're not dealing with a narc, it doesn't matter so much. It might even have dividends there. But that is all I want to bring to your attention at this point in time. I hope that you've enjoyed the video, and if it has, please put comments in the comments box below. Share, subscribe, tell all your friends and all your family. Myself and Laura, we do appreciate any activity on the channel. It is really good and is really encouraging from our point of view also. But for now, this is Mark from Courage Change Works, and I'll speak to you soon.